Hello, everyone. Hope you guys had a great day today. I had a wonderful day, very profitable. Did not have one losing trade today with the LRC strategy. This is absolutely phenomenal. I hope you guys are trying this. I hope you come and join us in our Discord. We have a group that's now somewhat trading together. Some people listening, learning, following along. I do call out the trades that I make. Others see other trades using the LRC and they're tearing it up. It's just been phenomenal. It really has. So I wanted to show you my first trade of the day, which was I really was one and done. I shouldn't have even traded anymore, but I did. However, it worked out. Every trade I got in was a winner. So today, starting the LRC, I'll do a brief rundown on what the LRC is. It's an actual anchored linear regression channel that I discovered. It's anchored at specific key points, and it's absolutely incredible for trading and day trading. It gives you support resistance, gives you areas like breakout areas. It gives you take profit areas, scale out areas, and take profit areas. Now I do trade this in conjunction with many other facets, such as support resistance in the market. I put support resistance lines every morning on my charts, and every morning I put them in my Discord channel under Metal TA for technical analysis. They're in there for free if you like. There's also another gentleman that does a great job. Desi Trades, amazing job with his videos every morning. They're free. You can go watch him live on YouTube. So I use many facets. I watch the market. I watch. So I'll just go over briefly what I look for. Before I get down to the nitty gritty of the trading strategy. But I always have NASDAQ ES on separate charts, on 5 minute charts. I have Q's SPY. I then have two full 12 chart grids with stocks that I intend to trade. Most of your big players, I trade options, so most of your big players, and then I'll have some that I change out each day depending on which ones I may want to be paying attention to that specific day. And while watching the grids, I'll pull up a grid and show you what that looks like. So this is what the grids look like, and this is what I'm watching on my other screens. And so when the morning starts out, you'll see it kind of like this. You'll be able to see where the stock is coming down through maybe a zone or busting through a level. And whenever we have a cross that crosses the LRC or getting close to an LRC, that gives me a heads up. Okay, hey, this is getting close to the LRC. It's actually close to the 200 or the 20. I really like the 220 cross, very close to the cross of the LRC. Not totally necessary, but it definitely gives me the best trades. So to go back to my linear regression channel or chart. So this is it in a nutshell. Let me get back to ARM. So today's trade was perfect because you could see everything the way you want it to go in the market. I was watching NASDAQ ES. Both were going down. When ARM went up here and then came down, I got in right here. I did not even wait. I got in and I told the group I was going to add if it came back, and it did. It came back here. I added. It went down at this. I took 10 on this at this point right here. No, I'm sorry. I took. I think I got in lighter. I got in anyway. It doesn't matter. I got in with like 6 contracts. It started going down. It came up. When it pushed back down here, I added 2 contracts. Came down. I actually scaled out, I think, 4 contracts right on this big push. It was already great profit. Then we get this big move up. I told the guys I'm holding because until it breaks and holds above my 20 EMA, I'm not getting out, because the NASDAQ and ES were both struggling to get above a resistance level. They were hitting and wicking down off of it. So while that was happening, I was watching this. So I didn't get out of it. I actually added in on this push back down below the 20. I think I may have taken a little profit on this tick of my bottom LRC. That's my second deviation. I took another scaled out again. It came back up, ticked my 200. I was, a little sketchy there, but that's okay. It wicked back down. As it was wicking down, I added again because it never closed above. I try to go for two closes above the 20 EMA. If you do an SMA, you may want to check that because they're a little bit different. I use the EMAs. This is 200 EMA, 20 EMA. The magenta dotted is my VWAP. So I stayed in this and I rode it all the way down. I scaled out at this level I had marked. I rode it all the way to 120, stayed in it this entire time. I got the entire move all the way to here and I got out. It was incredible, awesome trade, easy trade. That's how these trades go for the most part. Every now and then, you don't get the great or the perfect move, but you still get the moves. I think, let me see, the next trade we got into was, what did we get in? What did I get into? Oh, I did get into a Kava trade. I did that kind of off stream, or out of Discord because I had an appointment and I just went ahead and got into it. And I made I don't know, a small profit on that. I could have stayed in it and made a lot, but I got out prematurely. I do not see. I'm trying to remember what else I got in. Maybe it was Q's. I wish they could figure out a way. Yeah, it was Q's. So, oh no, I did not trade Q's. I don't believe today. I should go and look at my market. I'll look at it in a little bit. So anyway, regardless of that, I'll go over some trades. Some trades I missed that were great. Some trades that others called out. They were fantastic. Amazon was a good trade. I did have that on my radar, but for what I just got called up. Amazon right out of the gate opens, goes up. This would sometimes be a trade, but the way I try to trade this is a close over your LRC and then take the next candle. There are times that I would have taken this, and then as soon as it came here, I would either scale out or just take my loss. I try not to go against the strategy, which is use these lines as your entries, and I do that on a 2-minute time chart. I always trade the 2-minute, and I wait for a close above the LRC line, one of the LRC lines. It doesn't matter which one. Once I get a close above, which this could be considered the close above this one, and then the first move above this close, you get in. Now, my strategy, my rules are do not get out until you get a double close under the 20. Another thing that could have kept someone in this, I didn't trade this one, but something that could have kept someone in this, you would have been in a pretty significant loss right here, right? If you had traded up here on options and you're all the way down here. Probably would have shaken most people out, rightfully so. You have to figure your own risk. The one thing that's great about this strategy is the risk to reward is excellent because you're always taking it on this level, and you use 2 closes below this level as you're out. So say you take it here as it's moving up, you get 1 close, 2 closes, you're out right here on this candle. Not a huge loss, and then you could actually re-enter, and that's probably how I would have played this because this went down so far on the pullback. And so I also, when I'm playing this, I use my 20 as a pullback level, and it works phenomenally. And right here would have been my right? This would have been my out. This candle right here because it closed twice. So I would have waited for this, looked for a wick up off the 20. The other thing that also would have given a little bit of, it doesn't always work out, but it gives you a little bit more confidence, is look at your 20. It's almost on a 45 or more than a 45-degree angle. It's exactly 45 right there. I mean, it's right on it. That's usually huge. If you see the 20 on a 45-degree angle, you are looking at continuation for the most part. That almost always gives you up, whatever trend, if it's down or up, continuation. So keep an eye on that. Pay attention to it. That's what I would have been focusing on. This coming down, wicking up off of this LRC line, going back up. I wouldn't have taken this candle, but I would have got in as soon as this candle moved over. And then I would have taken this up to, I think this was a very large time frame. I think it was a 4-hour time frame level that I have marked here. I would have scaled out at that because that was a significant trend line. So I would have scaled out right at this. And then possibly once this started going, got out all the way. Not a huge profit in that, but plenty. I mean, you're looking at a full point or more, so you would have made a couple $100, depending on how many contracts you got in. Okay, the beauty about this is it comes down and wicks back up. Look at this. You're coming down. Focus on the candles. Focus on the price action. You've got a big move down, then you get weaker candle. Boom, you get this push down and it gets bought all the way back up and closes here. I'm getting in on this candle 100% every time, all day, especially coming off the 20 and the LRC, and that's just a perfect scenario of that taking place. And that one candle alone would have been as much profit as all of those probably together, just because of the move up on this candle. No reason to get out of this candle. This you could scale out. I always scale out on big pushes just to lock in some profit. I have a hard time keeping my entire amount. I just do. I watch others that do it and they stay in it no matter what. Like this would be their level. They buy and they do not get out until they either reach a big level up here or they reach a significant profit level. But for me, I scale out just to lock it in because I've had it go against me, so many times in my trading future, or my trading experience, I should say. So AMD also another decent trade today. Right through, you have your 200, your 20, you wick up to the LRC. Look at that. It's just phenomenal. It is phenomenal. It works, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. I've been trading a long time. I've never had anything so consistent ever. The support and resistance trading it doesn't even seem to be as consistent to me, although it should be. Your risk to reward should be about the same. But this right here is perfect. You will go up, you wick down, you close below, you take this trade right here. Don't think about it, just get in. Guess what? If you come back up over your LRC line and close, then just get out. No big deal, right? Very low risk because you're literally buying. This one's beautiful. I love when they happen like this because you're really getting in at the most optimal spot because you're buying right at your risk level, your stop out level, and then you just let it go. And either you let it go down until it wicks up off of a 163. I think was a better level to have marked. I had it down a little lower, so my support was off today on that. This would have been a more understanding. Like I would have absolutely got out on the 163, which is most likely the level I should have had marked. I will sometimes get out of 90% or 80% of my contracts on a major level and then see if maybe there's enough strength to get through it. But I've learned to not. Why test it? Just take your profits. Wait a few minutes. Don't be FOMOing and being afraid that you miss something, because what happens is you end up losing way more when you're afraid you're missing something. That's FOMO, right? So just get out at your big levels. no sense in holding on. And guess what usually happens at big levels? What happens at big levels is this. You will get a, say this came down, you come down, it'll look like it's going. Well, guess what? Then you get a pullback, and then a go. You get in right there. Just wait for the pullback. Big levels are almost always retested, almost always. So whenever you break through a big level, don't be afraid that you got through it. Just wait. Give it time. Give it time to come back and retest it. And guess what? If it's one of those that just blows through and keeps going, oh well, you missed it. Move on. No big deal. Next, I think we were looking at, was it BA? No. Oh, NVIDIA. Oh my gosh, I missed NVIDIA, guys. I was watching it. A group I trade with, they got it and made, I think Desi was up over 5,000 in no time, and it was absolutely perfect. He was trading the 1120 level. I didn't have that marked. He was trading the 1120 area. It's a zone. It's not an exact spot. So, but interestingly enough, look at this. So it came down. I mean, we could have traded it right out of the gates off the 200, the 20, and the LRCs. Just beautiful. Scaled out here, hold a couple, go all the way down to the 1110, take total profit. 1110 was a level as well we had marked, and I don't know why mine are not on here. But 1110 was a level as well. And when it came back up, Vince with Options Insider, he called out that he was going to take this if it wicked up off the 1120. Well, this is about as perfect of a trading a level as you can get. The only thing that kept me a little concerned was, one, the 20 hadn't started going up yet. I mean, it's kind of started, but I was having to go through the 200. I do not like trading into the 200 EMA. It has killed me so many times, but in this case, this was a pretty significant level, and it worked out for Vince, because he got in this and he held this bad boy all the way to 11. He was getting out at 1150, so I think he took most profit when it ticked off this. He does not trade the LRC, but when he called out that he was taking majority of his profit off, it was exactly right here. He couldn't have timed it any better. But look how the LRC, look how good this is, guys. Pay attention to where it's wicking. It will bust below, and that's good. You want it to go below it. It isn't like a set in stone. But look how it wicks up. It uses it again for support here, comes down, pushes up, uses it for support again. It was resistance here, support here, resistance again. See how you weakened right here by it? Pushed down, wicked up to it, came back down to the LRC. And even some of the guys in my group, they're just like, it's incredible. It really is incredible. Don't get me wrong, there will be some stocks that just don't even care. And then a lot of, like, there were several stocks today. Let's just say, let me try to think of one. Apple. So Apple was a great trade, but if you missed Apple right out of the gates today, you really didn't have a revisit until really no revisit until the day was over. And look, just guess where it hit. It's really amazing. So this was a phenomenal trade, guys. Couple minutes in, 4 or 5 minutes in, you wick down, you wick up through the 200 and the 20 with this aggressive of a candle. You could play this two ways, aggressive or safe. Safe would be wait for this close, get in here. Still phenomenal trade, right? Or you wick down and you see this candle coming up. You could take because this 20 literally stood on its head right here. Look at how it stood straight up. That kind of gives you a little bit of a heads up that there's going to be a strong move. If you take this as a breakout right here, look how much more you captured incredible trade. And if it goes against you, guess what? You're right at your risk out. Just get out, take your loss. The only thing I can offer, and advice that I just hope this, because it's been hard for me too, is don't fight your rules. Don't fight them. Because what happened, these rules that I've set up with this are there to protect me, to give me very little risk with very high reward. And it's working great. Guess what? The times that I lose or I don't do well on a trade is because I get an ego, or I think, oh well, it may wait up, it may continue it, and then I end up losing $600-700 on a trade instead of making, instead of getting out with like $100 loss, and then my next trade I make it right back up, right? So just if there's anything that I can say to help you, it's that don't trade against the market. Number two, I had a big loss on Tuesday, or Monday, no, Tuesday, sorry, a loss on Tuesday. I was able to overcome it, and I was able to end with a profit on Tuesday. I did have my very first losing day yesterday. So right out of the bat yesterday, I traded in phase. I was up like $300. I broke my rules. I didn't scale out. I held on while the market was going down against me, thinking, okay, this is not going to follow the market. Guess what? Next big candle down, I ended up losing, I think I was down like $300 or $360 on it. I ended up taking a loss on the day. It was a small loss because I was able to get a couple small trades to get me back up, but it was still a loss on the day because I had an appointment with my business. So I had to go to my appointment, and I didn't get back in time to trade anymore, to even try to, which, you shouldn't revenge trade, but I have to say, with this strategy, I have found that if like one of the trades doesn't go well, I'm able to make up my loss easy with this strategy. I just wait for a nice setup and I get in, and that's it. It's very simple, but you can see how perfect this is. Over the wicking up off of a LRC, through an LRC, went through two LRCs, basically three. That's almost guaranteed to get in no matter what. Let's go I'll look at a couple more just to kind of go over what they look like, what you can look for. See what Costco. Ooh, Costco. I don't even Costco. That was an ugly day. Dell, I think, was a decent day. Oh yes. I think it was Dell. Dell did well, and I missed it. Yep. So here's what I was talking about earlier. That's a potential issue, not an issue, but once you're above it, then you have to trade levels or structure trade, which is what I do. I will trade, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. So this trade right out of the gates, it goes up, it gets wicked way down. You think, oh man, this thing's getting sold into. Comes down, touches the LRC, launches back up through the 200 and the 20. Next candle above, right here is where I would take that. So just so you understand, I don't wait for break of high. This is just my way of trading. You can wait for a break of high or even another candle close if you want to feel safer with a move, but you may miss a lot of the moves, because from what I've found, this strategy, when you're breaking through these areas like this or through the LRCs, you get really significant moves kind of right away. Not always, but a lot of times. So use your own judgment, use your own risk. Make sure that, so anyhow, when this busted through this level, this would be your entry right here. The big issue would have been the 166.73. I had that marked as a level. I don't know if I did that later date. No, I had that marked as a level. It's obviously a level, but it did go right through it. So may have been better to wait for a close here if you have this here, and then trade this up here, scale out on this level. Look what it did at 169. Went above, pushed back down. Right here is your absolute get out, take all your profit. But then guess what? Trade the 20, right? Trade that 20. Wait for it, don't be afraid to just give it some time. When you see this right here, all for the 20 and an LRC and a level, guess what? As soon as you cross back above or you get a green candle, I'm getting in. So as soon as I get a green candle, I get in. And I would definitely be concerned of the 169. However, my angle on my 20s telling me, hey, this has momentum. It's moving up. So it would be a very short leash in this case. So you always have to be thinking of every aspect of your trading. So definitely would have got in and got may have lost some profit. Depends on how fast this moved, but I would have already scaled out of that huge push. Another thing to consider scaling out is weakening of candles. It's not always the best, but it's just another way to trade a price action and to protect yourself. So you see a big candle, pretty significant candle, weak candle. Once you get this weak candle here, why not scale out 80%? Protect yourself. If it continues up, you could always add or just hold a runner or a couple. But protect yourself. Lock in your profit and move on. Don't worry about it. It does frustrate you. It's frustrated me every day how much more I could have made, especially when I'm trading SPX, which I did trade today in a crazy area. But guess what? This system is crazy good for it, right? SPX, you don't need much of a move to make a few hundred, dollars. So check out SPX in all aspects of the LRC today. So what I basically did, mine was more later day when I got, let's see, I think I got back in, I think it was puts. Yeah. I think it was puts. I can't remember. Anyhow, I believe it was once I went through here. I think this was it because it wicked up. It wicked up off of my LRC, wicked down. I mean, closed below the 220, and I noticed that the 20 right here started curling really steep. So I got in here. I actually sold one, I think, on this candle. I bought two. I sold the other like here. I believe I made I don't know what I made on the day, but I was over 1,000 on the day profit. So I had a great day. I did get into a Kava trade, and let's see. I may have to type it in. I don't think I had that in my watch list. Yeah, I got into a Kava trade, and this is where it sucks because I didn't stay in. I should have stayed in. Look at that. So I got in right here. The 80 was the price level that we were looking for. I got in right here, rode this up. I took some profit. I actually added back in on this green candle. I took profit. I think here it got weak. I think I got out with with everything right here. I didn't make that much on Kava, but I could have. The crazy thing is when I entered Kava, I was already in the negative, or I was at a $320 loss at entry. I market entered because the spread was so wide. I couldn't get it to do a limit order. So I had to market order. When I market ordered in, I was already at a deficit of 329 or 28 bucks. I remember looking at it going, "Oh my gosh," but it worked out. Some of the guys in my other group, they traded and held this thing all day. They swing traded, so they're going to hold it overnight. So I hope this gets some upside for them and continues. Just to show what happened after hours, though. Look at this. End of day, boom, boom. Check out the LRC, guys. Just pay attention to the LRC, the anchored LRC. It's not a typical LRC. Anchored LRC. Look at this. It's almost like you know exactly when to take profit, when to scale out. Scale out. If it turns around on you, go ahead and get out all the way. It has been a life changer for me trading, guys. I hope you see this. I hope that you give it a shot. Um, Come and join us. I'll try. If you have any questions, ask. Please hit the like button. I would say subscribe, but subscribing costs money. So I would say just hit the like button, share it. Um, Try to get the word out. Let's build a really large community of people, making money and doing it quite easily. So I will leave it at that. I hope you guys were green today. I hope this has helped you in some shape or form. Again, if you have questions, feel free. Ask. You can shoot me. You can come in my Discord and ask, or you can put questions in the comments. I appreciate it. You guys have a great evening, and I hope I see you in Discord. And hopefully, you guys will try this. Try it with just really low stock. Just give it a try, and you'll see it works. So anyhow, have a good evening. I will see you on the next video. Thank you.